Surprise. No one's here just yet because they're just getting their notices, but I'm here today with Debbie Diment. It's Diment. Dement? Dement. That's how you say it. Debbie Diment.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is a fabulous healer, and she works, and she's been on before, and we're happy to have her back. So thank you for being here, Debbie. Yeah. I got to take a trip down to Oregon at some point and meet you. I think that would be wonderful. I'll bring all my dogs with me. Anyway, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm going to have a talking. So Tammy, it's nice to see you. Hi, Randy. Ha ha. Debbie's got her voice back. And so we decided to go ahead and do the show today. And we're glad you're all here. I think it would be a good idea to wait just a few minutes to do our meditation, just to get as many people here as we can. So we've got Tammy, Randy, Laura, Lottie's here, Mousie's here. Okay. So thanks for coming back, ladies. I didn't think the show was going to go today, but I'm glad it did because Spirit said we all needed it today. So here we are. You're here again, but animal topics. Well, Debbie's going to connect with some animals, yes, but you might want to stay for her meditation because we can all benefit from that, Carl. And then if you need to go along, it's probably your bedtime anyway, isn't it? In the Philippines? I don't know. I know. Randy, of course, loves you and her doggy. So, yeah. Wonderful. All right, sweetie. All right. So what have you been up to besides getting a bad cold from your husband? You have a new channel.
I have been struck by the dolphin energy. And so I have created a new YouTube channel. And it's absolutely a work in progress. I've managed 2 live streams so far. And they are on, because that's specifically what the dolphins had shoved me towards. They're specifically on the Lemurian birth signs. And so there are 13 symbols for that. And the first live stream that I did on that, I explained how the system works, because the 13th month is actually made up of it's called the Ma'ita days. And they are the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of the months. So that makes up the 13th month. And then I dialed through, everybody's months and what the birth signs are. And then the second one that I did was the oracle card reading for this week. So.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Yes. So, yes, go ahead and go over. You're a crystal, Randy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a birthday. Oh, okay. So if you have a birthday, you said on the 29th, 30th, 31st, you're in a different category, and that would be me.
That is,
okay.
Yeah, you're another one of those then. And just like Randy, it's called Ma'ita. And what that is the central sun. And the symbol of that is the crystal. Yes.
Oh, Randy, no wonder why we get along.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's like, well, Randy's such a live wire because she's an Aries. And I was like, well, Randy's actually a live wire because kind of like you guys are all plugged into that light, the undistorted light from the central sun.
Undistorted light from the central sun. I love it. Hi, Sally. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go over and listen to that. And I did add you as.
Thank you so much.
I'm one of your subscribers.
Yeah.
And anybody else. Yeah.
Since it's new, there's a chance too that the name of the channel could easily evolve into just Debbie
into
Diment.
something shorter.
I was just trying to throw anything into the barcode because they're like, well, you need something to throw up there. Okay, here we go.
Yep, absolutely. Well, when I first started mine, people thought it was separate, heart and soul connected with separate words, and you could never find me. And eventually, of course, it's okay. But so I just okay, Carl. We'll see. I don't know if she does that. Carl has a dragon, and if he's wondering if you can activate him. What to do? You can. Okay. All right. Hi, Jules.
I don't understand. The dragons, Carl, if you have a dragon energy around you or attached to you, this is actually the Chinese New Year for the year of the dragon.
Yes, it is.
So,
yes.
Dragon energy, if you feel like you really need to activate, let me open up a channel right quick. What you could do, if it is safe, is you could do some sort of a fire ceremony. Burning the old is something that I'm hearing. So you probably already know I'm seeing images of like pages, papers, some sort of scroll. And you could safely burn that and just ask your dragon to step forward. A lot of times when you're doing meditation, and that can just be sitting in your bed, just, the moments whenever you wake up, don't talk. Just reach out with your mind's eye and ask your dragon in your mind's eye, are you here? And see if they will mentally give you an image. Some people will hear the dragon, or other things you can do is feel them. Sometimes you'll feel the pressure alongside your body to open up to that. But your dragon, if you have, well, everybody's got a dragon. We've got all kinds of different entities around us at any given point. So it's something that you could reach out and start playing with this year, especially since it's a dragon year.
Yeah, it's a dragon. So you guys, this is I just realized this is, as we were talking, my son-in-law, his name is Dragos, or and that means dragon. So I've had my son-in-law is my personal dragon.
Well,
not really, but
we have dragons all around us.
We have them all around us. Tammy says her kitty Loki had to go to the vet. Maybe we can do some work with that after the meditation, Tammy. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I think all right. Dragons are love, laughter, and protection. There you go, Randy. Hi, Sonia. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over to Debbie, and then afterwards the animals will start coming through. So here we go.
Hey, everybody. What I thought we would do is we'll go ahead and start off. I know everybody's a little bit dizzy and grounded today because we've all been getting hit with energies and fun stuff. So we'll go ahead and do the same format we did last time. I'm going to start off with some Lemurian light codes. And this is actually a Lemurian technology. It harmonizes. And so that's going to help us to ground a bit. And then what I'm going to do is a secondary thing that will be a quick meditation for the humans. And then right after that, I'm going to go ahead and do the full energy, the meridians for everybody. It'll be the animals and it'll be us as well, because we're critters too. And so let's get started then.
Okay.
Tie, hori, hora, mahaka watahi. It ingwa, tito irita otawana. Wayuwatapu. It ingwa, tifanui, tarani tikitao. Wayuwatapu. It ingwa, tafaya, tamatua titama. Wayuwatapu. Tie, hori, hora. I'm going to actually lean in and do a secondary one on that one. We're going to kind of collapse all of the we've got a lot of collapsing timeline stuff happening right now. So let's just do a little bit more of a collapsing here, and we'll just get us all hopped onto the same timeline, as we say. So let's go. Okay, that's a lot better, everybody. So what we're going to do next will be the meditation grounding. Is everybody coalescing? We're all coming back in. We're going to do a quick grounding exercise here, because I have a feeling that we're swirling. And if you've encountered me, the new planet is actually called Matea. So we're on planet Matea now, which is Lemuria 5. It's just one of the many timelines that we're on. Okay, so what we're going to do, and this is going to ground us into Mother Earth. She's still Mother Earth to us. So we're going to look up, and then we're going to gently close our eyes, and then imagine a light coming from above and let it be whatever color it wants to be. Let that color go ahead and hit the top of your head and then ooze down around your face, around your third eye, your eyes, wrapping around your ears, your nose, your throat, all the way down the back of the neck and into the heart space, around the clavicles, the shoulders. We're going to let that go down your forearms, out through the wrists, out through the hands. And in your chest space, we're going to go ahead and allow the same light, the same color light, come down through your heart, wrapping all the way around your lungs, filling up all those little nooks and crannies and crevices. We're going to go and have the same color ooze around all around your shoulders, underneath your shoulder blades. Sometimes if we're anxious, especially if we have a lot of anxieties, that will actually get stored up underneath the shoulder blades. So I'm on top of the shoulder blades. There's a lot that gets stored underneath those shoulder blades, and that's a lot better. So just let that soothe in underneath the shoulder blades, through your upper back. Go ahead and allow that light to go down your back and into your hip area. And on the front, we're going to have it cascade down from the heart space into your tummy, just nice and soothing, smoothing everything out, down through your hips, your quads, into your knees, around your calves, your ankles, through your feet, and into Mother Earth. Now, Mother Earth is already coming up with her own energy. She's going to give you a gift. Feel this energy coming up through your feet and allow it to be whatever color it wants to be. A lot of times this will feel like little bubbly champagne type energy, or it can be whatever energy is nice and soothing. Let it come up through your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, up through your tummy and into the heart space. And allow these two colors, these two lights, meet in your heart space, and they're going to form a bubble, a ball, an orb. And allow that to grow and expand all the way around you so that you're inside this. Let it be however big it wants to be, 3 feet, 10 feet, larger, smaller. You'll feel the size that it needs to be. Just sit inside this for just a few moments here. Nice and balanced. And we're going to set the intent that only your highest good comes through. Great. Okay, that feels a lot better. Everybody feels a lot more calm than we did. And that's something that you can reset at any point in your day if you're being pulled off. That will absolutely help. And we're going to hop right over onto the shiatsu portion. If you haven't seen me before, I actually do a remote shiatsu. And what this is I'm doing the meridians. I'm creating an energetic blueprint, and I go over the correct meridian pattern flow. And what's going to happen is your meridians, your kitty meridians, all the critter meridians, dogs, puppies, birds, horses, everybody, they all will go ahead and begin to go in the same alignment and flow as this pattern. So I'm going to actually go quiet for this because this is a right-brained activity for me. And so I will see you on the other side of this. Oh, forgot to caveat. You might actually be feeling me right now working on your neck. So if you feel something along your shoulders or your neck, it's just going to be me coming through if you're sensitive. If you're not sensitive to energy, it won't matter. This is still working on you no matter what. That is a lot of upset stomachs that we have out there. Well, gang, I don't know whose kitty cat is out there hitting the booze, but the liver line on the left side is pretty trounced right now.
Ooh.
These are energy things that I'm working through right now. So it's a bit of a chicken and an egg thing. That doesn't mean that your kitty's actually been hitting the booze, but what that means is if their energy has been pulled out of alignment, it can actually show up in the real material world. I'm going on the left-hand side. I'm getting ready to go to the right. So we're going to go up onto the right-hand side of the neck if you're feeling me. That's a nice release. It was a good lung release we just had there, and lungs usually are connected to grief.
Mm.
And it is tough, you know, we're going through a lot of changes. We're seeing a lot of shifts and turmoils in our world. Sometimes letting go of the old is a little painful. Okay, and on the radiant side, on the back, underneath the shoulder blades. The side's doing pretty good so far. A little bit of wear and tear from the older ones. Good deal. Okay, we've got a lot of challenges. I don't know if they're pollen, smoke, but we've got some challenges on the face with the sinuses and a little headachy. So just let me, I'm almost finished, guys. So just let me finish pulling off some extra energy. There's some excess energy around everybody's head space. Yeah. We're just moving energy, everybody. It's a little challenging this time of year because you just finished with pollen season and then here comes the fire season. Nice and clean. Oh, that's, yeah, there we go. Around the ears, jaws. Hang on a second. We've got just a wee bit more with the jaws and the teeth. This is a little unusual, so load some extra energy there. Awesome. Okay, everybody, we're going to ground that. Great. Awesome. So if you've done any yawning or burping, passing wind, sneezing, coughing, all of that actually is energy that's been moved as that's
Moved
through. A lot of older puppies and kittens this time through that needed some support for the detox systems. That'll be things like the liver, the lungs, and the kidneys. Woo. That's a big energy today.
Yeah, my 9-year-old Shih Tzu has been passing sort of mucusy poop. Yeah, and that's not like her. She's usually never has that issue. It's not Caramel. It's another one I have. She's 9 and Caramel's 12, and I have one that's 3, and she still poops the floor in my house. She will not train. So.
Well, by that age, a lot of times they've decided that is the right place to go. They've got that imprint.
Yeah. I know. She's a pain in the neck. Shih Tzus are supposed to be really hard to train anyway, but I got the others when they were 5 and they didn't have that issue. So anyway. Okay. So Tammy's baby had to go to the ER and that was very strong. Yeah.
Oh, and for anybody that's watching on the replay, the energy will, sorry to interrupt, but the energy, it will be the same as if you are here. It is timeless. So
that's right. Wow. If you ever want to get high, come on back. Because I was really high. I had all these things in my third eye. I had all these images pop in. It was kind of cool. Yeah.
That's good.
So Tammy's cat was vomiting and could have a blockage. I don't know.
Well, we just worked through Loki's meridians, so
Okay.
if nothing else, we will be more comfortable. And yes, absolutely take them to the vet if they're struggling like this.
Yeah. Yep.
And I would not be giving him any food until they have cleared it up, whether or not he has the blockage.
Yeah. Okay. So Sue says, tell me about my dearest cat, heart cat, Cookie Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So very clever. Has she been with me in other lives?
Most likely. Especially if you two
Yeah.
seem to speak the same language, you'll find a lot of times they'll have the same patterns, and they'll come back to you in a different form.
Wow. And I still remember what you said about cats. They're in the mystical realm, and dogs are in the grounding level. So you've got a lot of mystical animals around you, Sue. Yeah.
Higher and higher dimensions.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. Hi, Maria. It's nice to see you too. So everybody else is asking questions about dragons. I don't know how comfortable. Are you comfortable talking about the dragons today?
Yeah. I can certainly hop in and talk about them if that's where
right.
Doesn't
Oh, I'm sorry. Carl was asking about his cats, Colonel Crispy Daisy. They went up into my apartment ceiling, going to near houses and never came back. And 3 of your dogs died there too. So I'm wondering if that was just the energy of that place. Wow.
Boy. It almost feels like there was something environmental that they got into. I'm just going to give you the message, Carl, and so you just take what resonates with you. Maybe you know what this is. There was like some sort of a black hole, or like a dark void, or a black cloud of some sort. It did feel slightly environmental, but I'm wondering if something or some I don't know how to explain it, but it was like
no, I know what you say.
It was almost like they walked through a veil,
or a portal,
and we're gone.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I don't think that they continued on the other side of that. It felt like a snuff out point. Now I don't know if that just means that they weren't going to be capable of coming back this way or not, but that was just the imagery that I got from that. And I am so sorry. That's horrible to lose that many.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would see if you had known at the time, you might have been able to do some smudging, or you might have been able to do some kind of a clearing. But
hindsight's 2020.
It is
really,
yeah, yeah,
and
it definitely is.
Some sort of smudging or something would have helped, but just having,
yeah,
it's
there are places that just don't work well for us. There really are.
And it's different for everybody. Like what is comfortable to one person will be suffocating. Like one geometric area or one place in America may be suffocating to me, and for another person it would feel like a comforting hug.
I agree.
And on the mountains it might be, oh my God, I don't feel grounded here. And then for another person, they're going to be able to get their wings and just really fly with their energy work.
Sure.
But yeah,
so I had that experience. I had that experience when I lived in Texas. First of all, I didn't want to go there. And then when I was there, everything was really bad. And I just said, I feel like I had a jail sentence there. But I know other people have lived, and it was maybe where I was living in Texas. I was able to go to school. That was a good thing. But there was just something oppressive about it for me. And I know a lot of people that live there and are perfectly happy. So, yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, there's no judgment. It's different for everybody.
It is all relative. Yeah. All your stuff got destroyed. Oh, my God. You could be on one of those neighbor crime shows, where you and your neighbor have a fight. Oh, wow. That's awful, Carl. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. We do have another animal question from Sandy Miller.
Maybe.
Her black lab got hit by a car. She has pins in her hips and legs. How's her pain level? Anything I can do? I'm so sorry, Sandy, but I'm glad she lived through it.
The MP3 thing that I just did, the energy healing that I just did, and Allie will have a link below where you can go to my shop, and there is an MP3 that is specifically for dogs. That is a Shiatsu template, but you can go back through and you can replay that for her. I would play that daily, even towards her bedtime, or in the morning, or multiple times. You can play that as many times as you like. It's not going to hurt her. The initial numbers that came through was a 5, and then I got an 8. I don't know if she changed it simply because I was looking at her. That's not very far ago that happened. And it may be that the pins and everything is just so new to her. She may go ahead and adjust to that as she gets older.
Yeah.
So the grounding exercise that we did, the Shiatsu energy that I did, where I was mostly quiet for that, that's exactly what's going to be on those Shiatsu template MP3s.
Yeah.
And
she's a drama queen.
You can play that again for her.
Wow. I have to, some of you are fairly new to me with regard to what happened to my dog in 2022 summer. She was picked up by a bird of prey. We don't know. It was in the early morning, and we don't know if it was a eagle, but there was an eagle's nest close by. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she did something, and she got away from it. And but she has the marks for the animal couldn't get her, I guess, correctly, the good hold on her. And she still has lumps on her from surgery and everything. That's the one who's having the mucousy problem, but scared me to death. Yeah. I wasn't home. My husband was home when it happened. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Craig. Yeah. All right. Loki gets picked up by spirit. He is cautious entering rooms. Is it my other pets that have passed? How can I keep him from annoying him?
I'm getting with that one. It feels like other spirits that are actually coming through and then are just playing pranks. It didn't really feel like other pet energy that's coming through. And me personally, I would put some sage down in that area. Bundles of sage. You can get them pretty inexpensive at any place that sells like rocks, crystals, natural food areas. Usually those come in a bundle that are tied up with a string or something. I would remove that so that your kitty or your puppy doesn't get into that. But I just place them in various areas, and then they act like sponges. They'll absorb negative energies. But it feels like something is playing with him as he's coming and going.
Okay.
So what'll happen is over time that sage will help to absorb the energies, and it should make him more comfortable. It may take a lot of sage.
Sure. Cindy Miller, you know what? Swimming in the pond would make her feel better, her dog that got hit by a car. There was a man that used to take his dog. It was a German Shepherd, I think. He used to take his dog every night into the cold water and hold the dog there because the cold water until it passed. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, the cold water therapies.
Oh yeah, I was really impressed that the man would go that far to help his animal like that. That was so beautiful to me.
Love to be in
so
the water.
Here's I bet they do. Well, mine don't, but yeah, my lab did. She wanted she wouldn't give up on the ball in the water. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So Amanda says, if time, would you check on Jack? He has dry eye, 2 medications, found something. Subscription for 1, less expensive. Is it okay? Okay.
Give it a try and just see if it helps. If it's continuing to help with his dry eye, go for it. If you're losing ground, go back to the more expensive one, but you can certainly give it a try. The other thing that you can do You might give, if Jack is interested, you might give him a little bit of liver. I'm seeing the color yellow around him, so that, you know, you might introduce some liver for him to see if that would help nutritionally. Yeah, for dry eye. Because the only other thing that I can think of off the top of my head for dry eye would be, it feels like he's missing the nutrient to create the water for the, so something to support the sebaceous glands. So definitely the liver. You might try a little bit of extra fat for him. Something like bacon grease drippings or tallow, beef tallow drippings, to see if that would help. And it won't take very much. Just try that as a little dribble to see if that would help to ease that up a little bit.
There you go, Amanda.
Energetically, I'm just working on his eyes right now, so hopefully that will feel better for him.
Awesome. Tammy was asking, as far as sage goes, could Palo Santo work too? Okay.
Yeah, you can try the Palo Santo. I've just done bundles of sage. I don't actually burn any of it. So I'm not sure, but I would think that the Palo Santo would work the same way. I actually prefer to just lay it there and allow the sage to work as a sponge rather than doing the smudging or the burning. Obviously, if you're in a safe area to do that, you can go ahead and do that or use a spray. I've heard other people using the spray for the sage. I'm also hearing rose in that area, rose water. If you can do even rose petals, rose water, you might try spritzing that into that area. Rose is actually one of the highest vibrations as far as the fragrance goes, and would help to also elevate that. Palo Santo is very high in its frequency as well. So if you've got that fresh, you could certainly put that in there.
Yeah, that's great. All right, we got some more questions here. I'm going to leave the dragon energy up for now, and let's see. Oh, okay, Linda Kennedy. I know you're driving. I hope your stitches are okay, sweetheart. Yeah. All right. Our dog Meech, a French bulldog, was born with bad eyes. He's 2 and already had one eye. She said it isn't the eye that we removed, it was a cataract. The other eye has a huge cataract. Yeah. I can't decide whether to have it removed. She seems happy.
Let her decide whether or not she needs to have the other one removed. The one thing I will say about with dogs, thankfully the cataract surgeries have been amazing for the dogs. They respond extremely well to them. Yeah, I used to see that with my dog grooming. And that was, you figure that was back in the 90s. So it works really well. The cataract surgery works really well for the canines. But I'm actually hearing wait. Doesn't really feel like she needs it right now. So you might even wait until she's older to have that done. If she's navigating and she's comfortable with it as is, I'd leave her be.
With humans, they have to wait till they're ripe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like with the French bulldogs, some of that is genetics. They're a very popular breed.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to float her just a little bit of extra kidney energy, because the ting points for the eyes actually are the beginning points for the bladder meridian. They begin here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just just a little bit extra for you there.
I have to ask this question, because if you know dogs that have had their cataracts removed, how in the world? I had mine done. And you have to put 16 different drops in a day, and it's no fun. How do you do that for a dog where they
actually, whenever I had it done, because it was my grooming clients that had it done, and these dogs, they were small dogs. One was a poodle, another one was a Shih Tzu, another one was a Min Pin combination, and then golly, they came in every 4 to 6 weeks. I think the Min Pin came in every 8 weeks. They just simply did it in between the grooming, and the dogs responded beautifully. I don't.
Did they have to wear the clone of shame? Do they?
I think.
Okay.
I don't recall the owners actually even mentioning that it was a hardship back then. So
Okay, good.
I
Okay.
don't know if the
That's
dog stayed
interesting
in
to
the hospital
know.
for a few days or what, but I do know that,
Mhm.
you know, on the front lines that they responded beautifully. They had vision,
That's good
and
to
they
know.
were older
Okay.
dogs, and they stayed
Mhm.
visibly sound for the rest of their lives. And some of them were quite
That's
old
awesome.
whenever
That's awesome.
you know, I was working on them.
Really?
So 2 thumbs up for the
Okay.
for the cataract surgery for the dogs. Yeah, we love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, Tea Garden Chicken, if this time, can you tell me what's going on with Queen Lady Cat, finding some sores on her skin? She is a
Mhm.
single inside kitty, a gray tabby.
I'm getting something in her diet. She's slightly allergic to something that she's eating. She's showing me something nibbling on something green. I don't know if that is something dried that she has found. Okay, that could just be
Mm.
catnip that she's showing me. But it felt like
Oh,
initially something she's eating that could show up as an allergy, that creating the small sores on the skin.
oh,
And, you know,
okay.
you can absolutely play the MP3 for her. I would be playing that at least once a day, if not more.
Yeah. So it's better than what I found this morning. Oh, she steals lettuce. Oh, that's funny.
She's tattling on herself.
That's a riot.
Baby, maybe
She
you
says,
don't.
I think she says also she prefers the catnip, though.
I'm sure of it. Oh, I heard
Yeah.
one. It was so funny. They had taken the lady, she came in and she said, I couldn't figure out what's wrong with my cats. They had taken their catnip toy and had shoved it into their water dish and had been drinking catnip tea all day. Yeah, their cats were blotto.
Oh, that is really funny. That's great. That's great.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
so this morning, the dog that shits in the house
Mm.
had red in her shit, and it wasn't blood. It was a leaf of a flower from outside.
Oh, my goodness.
I
Actually,
know, and it could have been toxic. Yeah.
well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. If it was some sort of like rhodie or an azalea or something like that, because I've got rhodies that are in bloom right now that are reddish. So yeah, if she got into
Mhm.
something like that, that could
Yeah.
easily explain the poo. It's just simply a quick toxin going
Yeah.
through.
That's the one that's
Rice,
not
well, a
agreeable.
little bit of
Yeah.
chicken broth with
Yes.
rice helps their tummies if they need it.
Yeah. Well. Oh,
Oh,
tea garden chicken, that's so funny. Thanks for sharing that with us. I love that she
what is
steals
this?
lettuce. Oh, that is just yeah. That's a hoot. It really is. All right. So we have Jules. She has a little feral kitty named Cinder. She's quiet, shy, and hesitant. She came out of the rocks as a teenager. Will she ever feel safe, or should we just let her be?
Let her be. It's not even a matter of feeling safe. She's going to be that heightened state because that's what's kept her alive. So
Mm.
even if you make friends with her, she's always going to be on high alert because that's what's kept her alive to this point. And acknowledge that. It's pretty
Uh-huh.
impressive. Yeah, let her be.
Yeah.
You can
Yep.
absolutely continue to make friends with her. She's pretty.
Hmm. Yeah.
Showing me herself. She's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, she's pretty. Yeah. Wow. All right. So now it's the time for the dragon questions here. So I don't know if Debbie wants to work with this or not, but we'll put it up there and see what comes out.
Well, would you like to do just maybe a quick meditation to see if we can get glimpses of our dragons? I've done this before.
Oh, no, that would be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give this one a
Yeah.
try.
And that would help you, Anya, as well. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
There you
we'll
go.
caveat this by saying this is for entertainment purposes only. And
Entertainment purposes only. Yep.
if you don't
Yep.
see your dragon, don't feel any pressure. This is just simply for fun. And
Yep.
what we're going to do is we're going to create just a little bit of space. And the neat thing about dragons is they can be any size, shape, color. I have seen some that have been wispy black. I have seen white dragons, red dragons, green dragons, yellow dragons, purple dragons, blue dragons. They vary in size. Some can be small, some can be quite large. So whatever wants to come through. A lot of times, this is the year of the dragon. So a lot of times they're coming in to help us to elevate. And sometimes they won't appear to you, but you may actually feel them press up against you or show you their presence in another way. And they may also appear over the next couple of days. So what we're going to do is just kind of get quiet. We're going to close our eyes just like we did before. We're going to look up and then gently close your eyes. And then this time we're just going to take a nice deep breath and let it out slowly. And since a lot of dragons prefer to be out in nature, I'm going to allow you to take a seated position in your mind's eye. Get comfortable in your favorite nature spot. And we're just going to give a nice space here. And in your mind's eye, just ask that your friends, the dragon, go ahead and show themselves to you. And they'll feel safe enough that they should approach quite handily. Let it be whatever color it wants to be. And sometimes they will give you a gift. Ask them to do a turnaround for you. Maybe do a circle around you so that you can see them entirely. And then with your mind's eye, ask if they have any sort of a message for you. Now you might hear this, or it might be a fragrance that comes in, or you may hear a sound. Okay. And go ahead and thank them for allowing them to show themselves to you. Thank them for being present. And go ahead and allow them to go about what they were doing before we asked them to present themselves. And there you go. There's your dragon friends.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I was sitting on my front lawn, and everything was fine until my dogs started barking. So they saw the dragon. The three of them are out there. I didn't put them out because my husband must have gone out with them.
He's probably
I don't think they
wondering
wanted that.
Yeah,
What the hell is that?
Oh, mom, mayday, mayday. I don't know about this one.
Really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, hi, Teresa. Your shape shifted into a fairy with dragonfly wings, a blue and black winter dragon. How beautiful is that? Oh, I love that.
We can be shapeshifters.
Yeah. And what do you?
We can literally be any size that we need. Wonderful.
And hers is a tiny gray beauty. There you go. A psychic once told your granddaughter had her own dragon in a previous life. When she was 3, I asked her, and she said, yep, she was pink and white and brown, and her name was Nina, and she was my Drago.
Wonderful.
From the words of
How
children.
beautiful that she
remembered that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, you had an abalone colored dragon.
Oh,
That's
yes.
lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that is so nice. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you, Debbie, for guiding us through that. So, yes. Karen Doyle, we were set up to come on, and then she had to cancel because she couldn't talk. And then her voice came back. So that's why we're here.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's okay. It's happened. It happens. Does anybody have any other issues with their animals or themselves? And oh, here Tammy's got a message. All right, let's look at it. I was sitting in my meditation garden, and it was a huge white dragon with crystal scales. He was sucking negative energy and told me,
How wonderful.
I was handed a crystal. So yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. I love that. Okay, so hi, tropical empress. I saw a blue metallic and purple metallic. You know what I saw first was Figment, and you're not going to know who that is, but back in the 80s, you do? You do? My mother went to Disney World, and there was a dragon, and it was called Figment of Your Imagination, I guess. That was its name. It was purple, and it was before Barney and all that. And my mother bought one for my daughter. And so that's what I saw first was Figment. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yep.
Gold armor, silver, orange, black. Wow, Randy. There you go. You got a lot of them, though, right? Yeah. Tropical Empress, and they gave you a red crystal.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So that might be coral. Because that's really good energy. If you get coral, I can't think of anything unless it was a red.
Maybe a ruby or a red sapphire.
Ruby, or yeah, you're right. A ruby or a the other red gemstones.
Rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite.
That could be.
A little bit more pinkish.
You heard I'm your strength, Amanda. That's a beautiful message. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. A drop of dew he got. Oh, you guys are so wonderful.
Yeah.
Garnet. There you go. That's right. But Amanda heard I am your strength. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Yeah. My hubby cares for 11 feral cats. Wow. Do you think he'd be able to move them out of state? We currently can't touch them, and they don't want to leave them.
Teresa, what you might want to do is coordinate with, there are people that will capture the barn cats. And I know that they do a trapping thing where a lot of times they've got their own traps and things. You might coordinate with the people, reach out and see if you've got one within, like, say, an hour of you, and just ask them, explain the situation. Now, one of the things that I'm going to let you know is, cats can be territorial. They can be more attached to the land and the territory that they're in than where you think it would be attached to the people. Sometimes they're more attached to the house or the land that they're in. So you might even consider sitting out there with them. I know that they don't want to touch any of them, but by the same token, you might just sit there and mentally ask them, show them visibly the idea of where you're going to go to, and ask them in your mind's eye, is this okay for you? Do you think this is something that you would appreciate? And then just see what the feedback is. You may get a mixed bag of, a couple of them go, yeah, let's go. And then some of them might just simply, no, not for me. But I would ask them.
You might want to also tell them that then, they may not get the food if they don't go. That might be something that you can tell them mentally.
Explain to them about the food situation. And when they're on the receiving end, whenever you've actually moved, try to find a space. I know that they're outside cats, but do like a large dog kennel or a barn, something that you can actually contain them in for about 2 weeks so that they understand their new home actually is their new home. That gives them an idea, because otherwise what will happen is as soon as you've opened the carriers in the new space, if they haven't had to attach, they can do what's called a blind run. They'll panic, and then they really won't have any idea of where they're at. And that 2 week time at least gives them time to understand and explain to them. Go ahead and explain to them that this is we're, as a family, we're all moving. We want all of you to move with us. But that, at the same time, you can certainly honor them. But I would reach out to one of the They're either, let me think, they're like feral kitty supports or barn cat supports. And a lot of times they'll have teams, they'll have traps and everything that they can do to coordinate.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
different trapping
that's
ideas and
good
techniques that
information.
they can. I'm going to warn you, don't try trapping them ahead of time. Leave it to the last second because they can be smart cookies. Sometimes once you've trapped them, that's it. You're not going to get them back in that trap.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you've got other ones who are real chow hounds. They'll go in for anything. You left me a piece of chicken.
Oh. Oh, he's not. Yeah, they live in a restricted area. He's not really allowed to feed them. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I can't take too many more because we're right near the end, everybody. But let's see. I've got a few. Pierrette wonders about a shadow in her living room. She wonders if it's a dog that's maybe attached to where she lives.
It could be.
Could be. Yeah.
It could be an imprint of a dog that actually used to live there. Sometimes whenever you have like a ghost figure, they're kind of like two different types of ghosts. One is the actual ghost, and then another one is kind of like a hologram. I don't know why, but this one actually feels more like a hologram. And what that is we do energy imprints as we do our day-to-day stuff. So it could just be that this was the energetic imprint of this particular dog on that land space.
Wow, that's very interesting. Wow. All right. Anya said she'd like to know what you're seeing for me. I saw green, red, black. I saw a huge Chinese dragon cloud about 5 years ago. She takes pictures. They're fabulous of different things she sees in clouds and in nature. Yeah.
If your third eye and crown chakra aren't wide open, I'd be shocked if you weren't actually activating actively right now and upgrading your gifts. I would be looking for things like 963 hertz. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing is 963 hertz. But yeah, I would definitely be working on things like your third eye and your crown chakra.
So you can go put 963 hertz into the YouTube, and it will bring like a meditation and a noise that you can listen to.
You'll find all kinds of music. So. Yeah, you'll find all kinds of different genres of music. Some of them will even have just that as a pure tone that you can hear.
Yeah. Oh wow, he was hovering over the sun. Wow. I can't wait to see these wonderful pictures of yours. Honestly. Your dragon said, "Remember who you are. You are all like me, brave creators." Wow. That's beautiful. Thanks for sharing. All right. So Rhonda Q has a question about, so Rhonda, if you weren't here in the beginning and you go back and listen to the beginning after we introduce and so on, there's a meditation you can do with your animal as well. And so Penny's a golden doodle. She gets confused and has to walk backwards out of a small room. She gets timid at the walking across an open space. Oh, she's 8. Okay.
She feels like she's not actually in her body as much as she could be. And I get that with this type of a breed.
Okay.
Excuse me. Hang on a moment and I'll just reach
but
out.
It doesn't, you're not feeling its dementia in any way?
No, oddly enough, it feels like sometimes with the animals, if they're in a small area, like they're raised in a small area, they can actually go up and out. Their soul will go up and out of their body a little bit. And there's like a disconnect, like what you're indicating here, to navigate backwards out of a small room. That to me indicates that she is not in her body. And I helped a mule like this once. And it took a few months to go back into her body enough. And yeah, it would also explain the timid at walking across the open space because she's more used to being in a smaller container. Is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So, some grounding exercises. I don't know how she is with her feet. If she's fine with her feet, what you might do is just play with them a little bit. Hold them.
Oh,
You don't have to,
okay.
you know,
Her
squeeze
feet.
them tighter, but you
Yeah.
can play with her feet a little bit to help her feel a little more grounded. And then Ali was saying, we did some grounding, and we also did an MP3. The Shiatsu session at the beginning of this will help her. But that's what's going on
Well,
is she's not actually in her body, and so when she's trying to walk across an open space like that, she gets scared because she's not navigating. She's not actually seeing things correctly.
wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's really cool. It's really cool. I want to mention something about feet, actually. When I've dogs as puppies, I was told that you should play with their feet, their pads, and, you know, put
Yes.
your fingers between the pads and, you know, and that they'll get used to it. And then when you want to cut their nails and all that, there's no problem. And I've always done that. And the difference is that I have animals that I've gotten in an older, and they don't like it. They pull their paws back
Oh
all
yeah.
the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's important to get, if you've got them from the get-go, to make
Mhm.
sure that
Mhm.
they feel comfortable with their feet
Another
being
thing with
played
Penny,
with, you know.
what you might do too is just stroke your hand down her leg. If she doesn't actually want you to touch her feet to begin with, start off by just running your hands down her legs and then out towards the ground.
Mhm.
You don't even have to touch it.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. There you go.
that's pretty.
So you got a dragon needle you bought at the yard sale, golden, lavender, and turquoise. It was a needle no one made into a pillow. I framed it. Let's see, it was folded. That's beautiful, Sonia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you get symbols like that. I'll tell you what happened to me when I was really, really communicating with Freddie Mercury on the other side.
Mhm.
I went into a store and there's a beautiful colored queen's crown.
Oh,
And
how
it was
pretty.
for me. It was for me.
Yeah.
It was. It was like, okay, Freddie wants me to have this. So I really do think you're tapped into that energy. And when you are, you get the symbol of
You'll
it
get
in some way, even if it's just a
Mhm.
picture of it, you know.
Mhm.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah. Oh, Anya, your cat does the same thing with his cat. Your son does, I mean. Yeah. He sits. Yeah. There you go. They really like it if they're used to it. They really like to have their feet played with if they're used to it. I
Yeah.
feel like it's relaxing
It
for them.
helps to ground.
I was
Yeah,
also
it helps to ground the energies.
to ground them. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was also told that mothers of animals will pull, okay, the back leg is like this, and you know, there's like skin between the stomach and the back leg of an animal.
Mhm.
I read that mother animals pull on that gently, and that their puppies or their kitties like that. And I've done that, and they go to sleep too.
Aw.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Mousy. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. All right, so yeah, we're right. We're right at the hour time period here. So we're gonna fly and give Debbie back her voice to make sure she doesn't lose it again. And thanks everybody for being here. Much love to all of you. And Debbie, thank you for coming in again. We
Thank you for having
appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.